Hi everyone, it's Jill Foster here for Penny Black. Thanks for joining me today as we take a peek at the brand new creative dies from Penny Black's newest collection called Nature's Art. All of these new products are now available in our online store, which I will link for you down in the YouTube description box below. And really quick, before we begin, I just wanted to mention that this video is designed to help you take a closer peek at our new collection and share some tips and hints as to how some of the cards were created. But don't worry, we will also have instructional videos coming soon that feature some of these new products and card designs. So we'll begin today by taking a look at two new dies which can be used to create what I like to call gatefold or wrap style cards. And for this first set of cards, I began by cutting and scoring a 5.5 inch by 5.5 inch gatefold card. And if you aren't familiar with a gatefold card, it is one where the flaps to open it meet in the front center of the card. So once I was done creating and scoring and cutting that card, I then used our new die that you can see here, Scrolls Half Edger, to cut along each side of the gatefold. And this gives the look that the scrolls are wrapping around each side of the card and then meeting in the middle. To keep these cards closed, I created a wrap to go around the entire note card, which can be slid off, allowing the card to be opened. And here's a third card using the same design. It was really fun to come up with a new look for this trio of cards just by altering the colors and the floral and frame dies used in the center of each card. And if you love the gatefold or wrap style card, we have another die for you that works perfectly for this technique. Introducing our creative die called Floral Half. I used the same process to create this design, die cutting the floral pieces from a 5.5 inch by 5.5 inch gatefold card. And once untied, the red portion that you see here is actually a top fold note card, which has been adhered inside of the wrap. This leaves the perfect sort of hidden place to stamp a sentiment or write a handwritten note. And again, here's another variation to the card we just looked at. And I know that often dies like these make the most sense when you can really see them in action. So I hope to have a video tutorial for these two dies very soon. And another thing I love about this die is that it is great used on a traditional card design too. So here I colored it with Copic markers and then layered two of the die cut designs onto the front of a typical top fold card. Now, our next pair of dies are so versatile, and I think that they can bring new life to any stamps or dies that you may already have in your stash if you mix and match them as a part of this wonderful window scene. So here's a closer look at this wonderful window called Art Deco Window. And the die set Window Treatments is designed to perfectly fit with the Art Deco window, giving you lots of design variations when you use them together. So for this first card, I layered stamped and die cut elements behind my window die, and I also added the curtain rod and valance from the window treatment set. And I wanted this scene to be all about being inside and looking out the window. But for this next card, here I've used the window die and the longer curtains as if you are on the outside looking in. So it kind of gives the look of a house scene there. And finally, I just had to share this last card as I think it's really fun to alter the window treatments die by adding a stamp design to the window treatments curtain die. And it just gives a whole new look to the curtain and also a new look to your stamps that you choose for that technique. Now, our Nature's Art collection also includes several die cut sentiments, and I really like having these on hand to finish off my cards. So I love the style and the arrangement of the letters on this die, Congratulations. It's great for graduation cards or any type of special occasion such as a wedding or a new home or for a friend when they reach a personal milestone or goal. And here's another card where I've used the same die, only here I used it with a stamped critter and flowers. Now, this next die cut sentiment set is really one of my favorites from this collection. I think it looks beautiful with florals, or you can use it with more cutesy style images and dies. And both the words believe and dream are fun to pair with portions of stamped sentiments, such as I've done here to create the chase your dream sentiment on this card. And our last creative die sentiment set, Fantastic Thank You, has a really fun mix of fonts. And one of my favorite ways to use creative die sentiments is to add a stamped critter or bird or even a flower that is sort of settled in or perched on top of the die cut sentiment, such as I've done here. I feel like this really ties the whole design together. Now I have 2 more dies to share with you, and they promise to deliver butterflies, curves, and some stitching. So first, let's take a closer look at this creative die, Flowing Butterflies. It's so delicate, and I love the detailed flourishes that are included in the design. And here I die cut it 2 times. I first colored the base layer with Copic markers to match my inked background. I then glued the second die cut from white cardstock on top, adhering it slightly offset to create a subtle shadow behind the butterflies. And I think these butterflies also look great when they're trimmed away from the flourishes that are included within the die cut design. And for this card, I did just that with a couple of those, and I backed them with colorful cardstock. And the last die I have to share with you is our Wavy Stitch Edges. This die is one I know I will be reaching for again and again. For this card, it was the starting point for my entire design. The stitched curve makes the perfect place that you can tuck in flowers, die cuts, tags, pretty much anything. And I think this die would also look really striking if it was used vertically as a border along one or even both sides of a card. And the wavy stitch die is also great for creating scene cards like I've done here. You can use one die cut curve like I did on the dog card on the left, or you can layer the curves to create a more detailed hilly background as shown on the graduation card. So thanks again for taking a peek at the dies from our new collection, Nature's Art. Be sure to visit our blog for more details about this release. And again, all of these products are now available in our online store. Also, if you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. You can connect with Penny Black on our website, blog, Facebook page, on Instagram, Twitter, shop our online store, and see lots of card making tutorials here on our YouTube channel. I've linked to all of these in the YouTube description box below. Happy stamping and die cutting!